how you pronounce your name?
Yoda.
Oh, CERN can do it. You'll bring it? Okay. So I'll put CERN down. Cool. That's everything. Alright, I'm gonna give us a ready check just to make sure everyone has the proper lost actions in their cache. They have enough for a couple, you know, make sure you have at least 5 pure essences, you know, that whole jazz. Because if something goes wrong on slimes or golems, they're gonna go right back in and give it another shot. Right now, while we're waiting on this, if you do not have a second healer in your party, please use your Discord chats for your associated alliances to locate and figure out who is going to be doing pseudo healer for you. Make sure that they are taking the opposing Spellforge or Steel Sting. If you have 2 healers, make sure you have the Spellforge Steel Sting conversation anyways. Pseudo healers and healers just coordinate on reflects and dispels as well. Just make sure you're bringing those and you're getting that all sorted out just in case. Tanks, all tanks should be bringing at least 2 Aether Shields at the very minimum. One tank will be your primary Aether Shield, and then the second tank will just be your backup Aether Shield. So they'll have it in their holster in case something goes down. And then they'll pop it in the middle of combat if the primary tank goes down. Also, if you are new here, we do have a tag like naming system for our Discord. Make sure that your username is the same as your character's in-game name, and then you use the tag system that we outline in the requirements to participate text channel. Essentially, you're going to put the letter of the alliance you're in first, and then you're going to put the first letter of the role that you're playing. So if you're playing a tank, as an example, your letter will be T. And then if you, and then whatever your prog is. If it's your first time, it'll be a 0. We have a chart in requirements to participate as well that shows what number associates to what prog, or is associated with what prog level. And that's just to make it a little bit easier for me to tell how many people have been here, how many people haven't, and if they have been here, you know, how far they've seen and kind of what they know. It just makes it easier for me to give descriptions or to kind of target specific like mechanics to explain if need be. F is stealing Delilah? Or is there going to be like a swap going on? You're in, bravo. Let's wait till we get in the instance if you want to trade partners. Because it'll just be easier for you to leave the party and then have whoever the party leader in there is to pick you up. So once we get into instance, we can do some party shuffling if people want to shuffle parties. So we have our 4 tanks for slime side. Golems is only going to go with 3 tanks. Is that all right? You think you guys are going to be good with just the 3 tanks? I would not recommend having the Flare Star also take Cure 4. What was that? Interesting. It's all right.
If that's an issue, I mean, I'm okay changing it up.
Cure 4 does give a really nice bump to damage, but everything does scale. So I mean, this will be like if we didn't have Cure 4 for a regular normal 48 run. So I'm not going to like force people to do classes they don't want to play. We just go without Cure 4, should be fine. I'm gonna give us another ready check just to make sure everyone has their things ready. You can do your pre-pop setup now if you want to, but once we get in the instance, we can do all of our holster setup and all of our junk there, since there will be an appraiser and there will be a cache. Right, no worries. I'll give it a couple more minutes. I'll make sure that everyone is all set before we go in. I'll do one more ready check, and then after that ready check, the next check will be the instance. If you want to do it as a DPS, you can. If you want to do it as a healer, trust me, if you get into a run here in Lego Steppers, I've noticed that unless it's a popular run, like, you know, a Saturday morning run where like all the cleared people like to come out and, you know, just swag around, oftentimes you're gonna find people ask, you know, who wants to be duelist, and nobody really jumps to the occasion. If that ever happens in my runs and you want to do it as a white mage or an astro or a scholar, I literally have no problem with it whatsoever. The only requirement that I will ask you is to bring like a profane, because they're going to be a DPS anyways. Whether you take that in your holster, you start out with it is up to you, right? But like I'm super flexible with dueling with whatever you want to go as, because I've only ever done the duel as Gunbreaker. I have not done it as anything else. One last ready check. It looks like we're ready. All right. Throwing us in the instance. That's an in then stack. Yeah, don't be that guy that takes lightning all the way out to Kansas for, you know, like a summer trip. You don't need to go that far for lightning. Just Mickey Mouse it. All right, first thing we're gonna do now that we're in here, you're gonna notice the glowing pads at the bottom of the stairs. Do not touch them. We are going to wait for everyone here to have a chance to get their holster setup all dealt with. Make sure you do your pre-pop. You can do your pre-pop now if you already have that set up. If not, go down to the cache once you get access to it. Do your pre-pop holster, and then fill your holster for the rest of the run. I cannot stress this enough. Once we leave this pad, there is no coming back to it. You can't use return. You cannot use the little fucking lodestones. Once we take these jump pads, that's that. Like, whatever you have in your holster at that point is what you've got. So make sure you're filling your holster to 99 out of 99, or whatever your max capacity is. Empty space will not help you. There are items you can slot in there for 1 weight each. Like, light curtains are really, really good. They're only 1 weight. They're 10 seconds of reflect per use. So if you do have access to them, I highly recommend, like, almost, like, if I could require it, I probably would, but it is a level 18 thing, so I don't. Light curtains, like, total run savers. They can keep you alive, all that good stuff. Minimum of 2 for Queen. If you want to help out during Queen's Guard as well, take something like 4, right? Potion kits, ether kits work out really well. As on top of that, if you are something like a warrior or a dark knight or a gunbreaker that has loads of issues with your bolite or whatever, you can take an elixir that just puts you back to full health. No offense or buts, those are 4 weight. Extra re-raisers. Just if it's your first time, you have no idea what else to put in your holster, and you've got the baseline, just throw in more re-raisers. Literally cannot hurt. And if you're one of those guys that that's feeling lucky, you can take dice. They're a little on the heavy side, but there's a chance you can get an LB3 out of that, a healer LB3 specifically, and that can also save runs in some cases. I've been in runs where it has worked, where it has saved people. So up to you. Plenty of things you can put in your holster to fill them out to 99. If you are dueling, make sure that you have your at least 1 lost action for Dispel, and make sure that you have either Perception pre-slotted, or you take an extra Percept in your holster. Usually, I've noticed that people will do... usually people will have their pre-pop, or they'll pre-pop like Perception here on the pad, and then they'll just go through Trinity Seeker with Perception, because it can help out with golems or whatever in the beginning.
Okay. I think my holster should be good for the duel. We're gonna find out. I've got the required, of course, and I'll have some stuff for after as well.
What class are you playing? You're playing Summoner. If you want to, if you have access to them, I would recommend bringing a Mimic or 2.
A mimic.
I don't... Yes.
Sure.
So that will let you steal other people's lost actions, however they have them set up. So, because I know Fonta Magic can be a little bit on the heavier side, and it might suck to bring it. So that's what I would recommend. Otherwise, just make sure you actually have like a Font of Magic or, and Noble Ends or whatever it is that casters do.
Mimic actually weighs heavier than the Font of Magic, so.
Font of Magic is 25, Mimic is 12.
Oh, I read it wrong. My bad. I was just gonna after the duel. I was just gonna go for Banner and Font of Magic. Big damage. Oh, right. Snubble Lens. On it. Oh, shit. That's a fair point. Chain spell.
He's playing a summoner, man. He's got that built into his kit.
Alright.
Summoner OP.
Honor. So honor sack, font of magic sound good? Thank you. That helps. So mimic. I've never actually used mimic. Does that just take your current actions from another player? Okay.
Yeah.
I do want to ask who is talking right now. I'm sorry, I'm not good with names. Giant bunny jumping. Oh, behind me. I see you. I see you. I'm gonna. All right. I'll commit it to memory. Okay. So my current holster is looking like a perception, a dispel, a mimic, and then enough for grazers and potion kits to not have unfortunate accidents. And some light cards as well, because those are so nice. All right. Seems good. I'm gonna start with a font of magic and cure for the homies, for the people. Which side? I'm on this side.
I'm gonna take a moment to go grab a drink. Just make sure that you guys are double checking your holsters, making absolutely sure that you have everything. I'm gonna just say this again as a friendly reminder. Healers, make sure that you have had your talk. Make sure that just double check that you have Spellforge and your partner has Steel Sting. You're not carrying the same thing. All that good stuff. Tanks, if you haven't had your designated talk, like who's Aether Shield first, who's backup Aether Shield, go ahead and get that all sorted. I'll be right back. Okay. Alright, I have made it back. I still see that people are by the box, so we're going to give them some more time to make sure their holsters are all set the way they want holsters to look. Does Golem Side have someone who's taking Percept as a pre-pop, since it looks like the duelist is on Slime Side? Roast beef! Coming in with a clutch. If you don't love roast beef by now, you should. PSA. Yeah, I guess now would be a good time to mention. I normally don't keep track on whether you guys are staying in motion or not. So take it upon yourselves to worry about getting AFK kicked. If you ever tap out, just throw HUD layout on. It's not worth getting kicked out of a run halfway through because you decided, you know, because one of my explanations ran a little bit past 10 minutes, and you were watching videos on YouTube about the demise of World of Warcraft or whatever it is that's popular nowadays. Cool. I don't see anyone by by the cache. Let's get some hard ready checks. Cool. Alpha is ready. Probably just set my chat to yell now at this point. Alpha, Bravo, Foxtrot, Echo. Waiting on Charlie. Charlie ready. Okay, cool. Everyone's all set. Alpha, Bravo, Charlie is going to take the left pad onto Slimes. Echo and Foxtrot will be going to the right to Golems. You can jump on your pads now. If you are on Golem side, go ahead and drop down one voice channel. See you on the other side. Okay, I should only be talking to Slime side at this point. We do have 3 full alliances this time, so we're gonna do it the classic Lego Steppers way. So if you're in any alliance, whatever alliance you're on, stand on your associated marker, and you're going to stand either north or south of your marker. You know, 1 tank, 1 healer, 2 DPS, north and south of your marker. Healers are going to be a little bit on the sparse side, I think. Do we have... we don't need to do hallway strat since we have 3 full alliances. I was only going to do hallway strat if we had 2 alliances again. C has 2 true healers. What? Oh, sorry, I'm not in C. I keep forgetting I'm in Alpha today. I forgot to change my starting alliance. So we have 1 in Alpha. How many does Bravo have? How many healers does Bravo have? 1 as well? 2. Okay, cool. So we're going to have forgot. I'm always on C. This is so weird for me. So Reindeer was gonna be... Where's Reindeer? Are you tanking? Reindeer is north of C. Okay. We'll have... Okay, so we'll have one of the tanks from B move south of A. Be the room tank for south of A. So that way we have a tank south of C, correct? Yeah, we do. Okay, cool. Can I get physical melee to volunteer as hallway tanks north and south of Bravo?
What's up, for Vance?
Melee physical. What does that mean? I am physical. So, we already have Baku who volunteered for north. You'll be south hallway then. The only thing that means is right when the doors open, you're going to stay by the doorway, and there's going to be a glowing blue button on the floor right in front of the door. A Bosnian soldier will spawn from that periodically. You're just going to hit it and bring it through the doorway and just like attack it in the doorway essentially. If it does a point blank AoE, you can stun it. Stuns will work. Silences and sleep and death, whatever, doesn't work on them. Well, I don't know if sleep works on it, but you can stun it to quit that. Let's have the remaining DPS from Bravo just split into rooms to help out with slime killing dude. So we have Baku, and I believe Kasai was the one that volunteered, right? To be south hallway? Okay, cool. So anyone else who isn't Baku or Kasai on Bravo, pick a room to go into. Does every room have a healer? I see a healer north of A. Is there a healer south of A? Can we get one of the healers from Bravo to go into the south A room, please? Thank you, thank you. Charlie had 2 healers, or do they have 1? North and south of C. Cool. Okay, that's all sorted out. So Lexington and Twin, just any rooms that still need someone, go ahead and jump in. You're going to be additional DPS for slime killing. Did north of C get an extra DPS from Bravo? You can go north of C, then Lexington. I'm just gonna assume that they heard that. Right. Okay. So basic rundown for all the new people. It's gonna be a very, very simple encounter. It can get messy pretty easily, so that's why we're gonna have some. I'm gonna put up a map for like positioning and where you should be standing, and I'll do a breakdown of what's gonna go on. So if you look at the raid text chat just above all the alliance chats and our voice channel, you're gonna see an image for our slime teams. So north of A is gonna be northwest, south of A is gonna be southwest, north of C is gonna be northeast, south of C is gonna be southeast. And then the hallway tanks are gonna stay in the hallways by the doors. So Bach is gonna go all the way to the north hallway door and stop the Bosnian soldiers there. And then Kasai is gonna stop the Bosnian soldiers in the south. All of us are going to enter our rooms. Tanks are going to enter the rooms first. They're going to pop their invulnerabilities, and they're going to make a beeline from the doorway all the way to the back wall, running through their green button. That will clear any possible hidden traps. Please make sure that if you are entering your room, you do so after your tank does their sweep. This will just make it so that we don't have any nasty surprises. From that point on, tanks are going to stand right by their button in the center of the room there, and they're going to start stacking slimes. The green slimes are going to come from the healers. The healers are actually going to sit in the doorway for each room, and then they're going to keep feeding slimes from the center hallway into the room for the tank. If you take a look at the diagram, or the map, you'll notice where the green squares are for the healers. The reason we have them like that is so that we don't have any mishaps. Some slimes like to kind of wander into the rooms and do whatever. Specifically, Southeast likes to do that. So that's why we have healers return to the corners right up against their doorway, not sharing a wall with the other rooms. Now, the reason we do that is because red slimes have a very, very large fusion radius, and they will attempt to fuse with any slimes nearby, whether they're green or red. So just assume that eventually a red slime is going to cast fusion. If that ever becomes a possibility, or comes to fruition, and you start seeing that fusion cast on a red slime, please interrupt it. DPS, you'll notice that your positions are going to be in the extreme corners, again, not sharing a wall with any other room. That is for your red slimes. Because they are so volatile and they want to fuse with anything in a very large radius, you're going to take it to the extreme corners, farthest away from any other slime, any other player, whatever. They will tether to the first person that deals damage to them. So as a DPS, your job is to just hit it and then have it tethered to you and then pull it away from the tank as quickly as possible. They fall from the ceiling, so they'll spawn kind of just anywhere in your room. So whenever they spawn, if one's still alive, just have another DPS hit it and grab it and pull it into the corner with the other red slime. Again, if you see fusion cast, interrupt it, but you should be killing it before the cast even happens. We shouldn't have any issues with DPS with 3 alliances. Once the tanks have stacked slimes together, that slime is going to start growing and getting buffs on it. Once the buffs read +4 damage and +4 health, making it a +4 slime, we're going to make sure that their partner healer pulls 1 more slime from the hallway, and then they're going to hold on to it. And we're all going to wait. So the tanking room is going to have a slime on them with +4, and then the healer is going to have an extra green slime from the hallway. When all 4 rooms fulfill this condition, I'm going to call for a merge, and we're all going to do that last merge to +5/+5 all together. The green slime will then start casting an ability called Rupture on the green buttons. We need to make sure that the green slimes are on the green buttons. when this ability goes off, this will light up the buttons, and if all the buttons light up within a certain amount of time of each other, we're done with the encounter. Because they have a very large radius for that rupture cast, and applies Thrice Come Ruin, we're gonna do something where we run away from. We're gonna run real far away, and we're gonna run specifically right here. So when I say everyone run north, run for the hills, leg it, whatever I say that constitutes as run away, this is where we're all gonna meet up. Everyone. If you have slimes on you, you bring them. If you have soldiers on you, you bring them. It doesn't matter. Once we get all the pads lit up, all the slimes will go away, and then the soldiers are just easy to deal with. Very, very easy to deal with. Right. When your room is done, and you have your +4 slime, and then your healer is holding 1, as an example, you might see something, you might want to say something like this in yell chat specifically. Once I see a yell chat like this from all 4 rooms, I will call for a merge. I don't mind if you say it out in voice, but I do want you to have a record of it in the yell chat so everyone can see it if they're not in voice or whatever ends up happening, right? It's just clarity. Do I have any questions from newer people? I know we have a lot of new DPS is what it seems. No questions? Nothing at all? Cool. So remember, tanks are going to stack their slimes on the green pads. Healers are going to stand in their room at their doorway, just pulling slimes from the middle hallway. If it's your first time doing that as a healer, just make sure you're hard casting your damage spell, like Glare, Broil, Malefic. Don't use your dots, please, because then you get into, DPS, aggro tug of wars with other healers and stuff, and it gets messy. So just throw out a Glare. If somebody else hits it and it runs off with them, just let them have it. Hit the next slime, right? Just try not to fight over slimes. You want this phase to go as smoothly and as quickly as possible. DPS, just make sure that whenever you get into your room, you occupy that corner. And if you have to leave the corner to pick up a red slime, do so and immediately return to that corner so that slime follows you all the way into the corner. Remember, red slimes as far away from other green slimes and don't let them fuse. I'm going to give Golem side... well, actually, let's do ready checks. Let me get a ready from Alpha, Bravo, and Charlie. Alpha is ready. Bravo ready. And Chuck is ready. Okay, cool. I'm gonna let Golems know that we're all set to go. I want to see... Did Golems say they were ready at any point? I think they're probably still trying to figure out what they're going to do with 3 tanks.
Yeah, I don't think I saw a shot for it, so...
It's all right. It's actually very simple to do that. I mean, I've been in runs where we do it with 2 tanks, and we just have a DPS holding the green golem and have a pocket healer on them. Okay, cool. Golem's ready. Cool. So tanks, remember your breach plan. If you are a brand new tank, just remember that there is a possible trap east or west of your button. Before you enter your room, make sure sprint and your invuln is popped, and then you're going to make a beeline to the back wall. If nothing pops, you're good. If something pops, well, you have your invuln up for that reason, so you're good. I will clear the hallway trap in the center, so don't make sure that you don't run past Fariz if you're going to the northern rooms. And again, make sure that you clear. Make sure that your tanks clear the room before healers and DPS enter. I'm going to give us a countdown for 30 seconds. We're both going to respect it. We're going to go in at the same time. So once the countdown ends, that's when we're going to enter. Tanks, just make sure your stances are on now. Do that check. And remember, if you're hallway tanks, if you're south hallway, you're going to stand right by this doorway as soon as it opens, and then just pull the Bajan soldier that spawns on the blue button. You'll see it. If you're north hallway, go all the way across and do the same thing in the north. All right, let's do this. Slimes have already spawned in your rooms. Please be aware. DPS grab them and pull them to your corners as quickly as possible. Healers, start doing your hard casting and pulling green slimes for your tanks. And tanks, just, well, chill out. You got the easiest job here, really. More red slimes have spawned in your rooms.
Twin Shadow, do not attack the green slimes.
Yeah, only tanks should be messing with the green slimes. Healers are only going to be conveyor belting them into the rooms, please. If you see a red slime is on a tank or a healer, please pull it off them immediately. Tanks and healers, please do not attack red slimes. You don't want them to tether to you. More red slimes have spawned. Please be aware. Once your green slimes that you're tanking reach a +3/+3 buff, they're going to start hurting. Start cycling through your cooldowns to make it a little bit easier for your healers, please. Green slimes will grow where the one that casted fusion successfully are currently standing, so please keep that in mind. Try to bring your new slimes to this as close to the center of the button as possible if you can.
Hey bro, you've been lagging lately for like the last 2 days. Like you'll occasionally bot.
Northwest is 4+1. Northeast is 4+1. Make sure you're keeping up with your red slimes. Don't worry if you see ignore what's happening in the middle. Southwest is 4+1. Just waiting on southeast. Southeast is 4+1. Everyone is ready. Merge, merge, merge. Merge your slimes now. Tanks, make sure to stay with your slimes until you see the rupture cast. Do not move until that rupture cast happens. Make sure that it's rupturing on the pad. I see 1, 2, 3, all 4. All right, everyone run for the hills. Everyone run north. Bring your slimes. Bring everything with you.
Did you hear me, bro?
What was that?
That for like since yesterday, you've been occasionally botting. Like you'll be in the middle of your sentence and then you start like botting and like.
Is that for
cutting off.
everyone?
No.
No, for me.
Yeah, I haven't heard it.
Right. It might be a connection issue on your end because
okay.
even through all my streams, I haven't heard any
Oh, okay.
botting on my end. That's all right. It's probably a Discord thing. Before we jump on the pad, let's make sure all alliances are clear. Alpha is clear, no deaths. Do we have any deaths? C is clear. Is Bravo alive? Bravo is clear. All right, you can take the jump pad. Good work. These chests here at the bottom of the staircase are personal. They are for you and you alone. Make sure you grab them. The rest of the chests in this raid will be the same thing. If you don't grab them, you won't get loot. Okay. Looks like we have some bios going on, so I'll give it a couple minutes, and we'll be good to go. For those that are sticking around, I'm actually not going to use any markers for this fight. I don't believe that this fight actually even requires markers. I do everything boss relative calls. So, as an example, if the swords start lighting up and I say right, right, left, left, we're going to stand on the boss's right-hand side for 2 cleaves, and then we're going to move to the left-hand side for 2 cleaves. If it's front, back, back, front, that'll be a cursed pattern, something like a double movement. Ifrit dashes are very similar to Ifrit and Extreme. Everyone's seen Ifrit mechanics before, I'm pretty sure. If you are at a loss for what's going on, and I say follow the red triangle, or sorry, the red triangle. If you follow the big triangle, I have marked myself with a triangle. You can follow that marker. Anyways, Trinity Seeker is very easy. Everything is telegraphed. I'll be doing calls for it. Calls will 100% handle this fight. Just make sure that you're staying close to the boss in most cases. Try to stay grouped up if you can, since chains will happen periodically. And just keep your eyes peeled. Just keep an eye out for where the boss is facing. That's going to be the biggest thing. Everything is going to be boss relative. Do I have anyone that wants to volunteer as a main tank? That's alright, I can main tank it then. Okay, let's have everyone stand in front of the purple line when they're ready. Looks like we still have some people AFK at the moment, so we'll give them a little more time. Just a friendly reminder, we are using lost actions for this fight. So make sure that you're using them on cooldown. Try making sure that you're stacking them as best you can. Get the most mileage out of your buffs. Use food, use pots, all that good stuff. This is one of the 4 major bosses, so we will be using everything we've got to try and kill it as quickly as possible. Welcome back. Okay, let's have everyone stand on the triangle marker and jump, jump, jump. I want to see movement out of everyone. Just make sure everyone's here. Make sure everyone's ready to go. This is the ready check. Let's see some movement out of everyone. I won't start until I see everyone moving. Baker, you here?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. Make sure that we're keeping comms clear for this fight. I appreciate the fact that people want to jump in and help, but let's just try to make sure the mics stay muted. I'm not going to assign any backup callers or anything of the sort, so all the calls should come from me. If something goes wrong, it's ride or die. All right? I'm going to give us 30 on the board, and we're going to start this. All right. First thing this guy's gonna do is a raid wide, mitigate appropriately. Nothing scary about this. Just a regular old raid wide. Next real mechanic he's gonna do is gonna be 4 swords. Just listen for the calls. Please remember this is boss relative, so please pay attention to the direction the boss is facing. First pattern. Left, left, right, right. Left for 2, right for 2. Immediately after will be look away orb, so be ready for that. 1, 2, move through. 3, and 4. Look away from orb, get away from flower. Very, very simple. Nothing spooky. We are super pushing. Everyone inside the hitbox, please. Everyone underneath the boss, do not be on his sides. Tanks pre-position up front, please. We're going to take a stack buster. This is a stack buster. Please pop a mitigation and stack with me. All right, you can move away. This needs to be a solo buster. I have to be by myself for this one.
Our healer's down.
No worries. Just mark them. If they're the only healer, have someone sack. Cool. Next mechanic is going to be chains with a knockback or hide. So group up. Make sure you're staying grouped. Don't break them yet. They haven't baited. Break them now. This is going to be hide. Behind a barricade, hide behind a barricade. Any barricade works. Just hide. All right, back in. And this is going to be Ifrit dashes. If you have no idea where you're going, follow the triangle. Right, follow the dashes. This is going to be in front of a barricade. Stop in front of any barricade. I'm going to stop right here. Stop on the triangle. Cool, cool, cool. Back in. Let's all stack together. There's going to be a raid wide here, and then we're going to do a baited line stack. Everyone stack on the triangle, make it nice and tight. We don't want any lonely lasers. Nice. All right, we're going to have some regular line AoEs baited on us, regular lasers. Just stay grouped and then be ready to move. Regular line AoEs, just use your eyes. Alright, everyone on sand, please. Everyone on sand, yellow sand. We're gonna get Earthshakers after this. Make sure to point them away from the party, please. We don't want anyone getting hit with Earthshaker apart from the person that is baiting it. Everyone on blue stone, please. Blue stone, if you have Earthshakers, take it away from the party. Rotate them away. Next color. Everyone on sand, please. On sand, rotate these away. There's going to be regular lines. Make sure you're paying attention to the lines. That's alright. Pop a re-raiser. Pick yourselves up. Keep back at it. Alright. Enter cardinals of the boss, max melee range or further. Use your eyes. Enter cardinal of the boss, max melee or further. Beautiful. Alright, everyone group up back in the center. There's going to be some more Ifrit dashes. We're going to look where the first one falls. Make sure you're in the middle. And we're going to follow the order that they fall. Alright, same pattern as before. We got swords for this, though. So after this, we're going to do swords. It's going to be left, left, right, right. Left, left, right, right. There should be seasons after this, so be ready for that gaze orb. Move through. Look away from orb. Get away from the flower. Look away from orb. Get away from the flower. Right, chains, we know what these are, just group them up and break them. Please stay away from me, I will be taking a tank buster shortly. This is just a regular raid wide, just stay away from the triangle. All right, make sure you're not in front of the boss. Okay, this is going to be swords with brick or sand. Front, front, back, back. Front, front, back, back. Get ready for the color. Start on blue, end on sand. Stand on blue. Front, front, back, back, end on sand. Move through, end on sand. There's going to be one more color after this. Be aware. Everyone on sand. Stay on sand. This is going to be a gaze with line lasers. Do the gaze and the white lines first, then do the orange lasers last. Plenty of time to move. Right, regular raid wipe, nothing spooky. You can pre-position underneath the boss. This is going to be Baleful Swath upcoming. That's going to be the big cleaves on his right and left side. Make sure to bring the hurt. We'll have no problem getting our healer LB3s. Make sure you're not using any other healer, any other LB other than healer. This is going to be a knockback or hide with swords. This is going to be a clone on the edge of the field. Don't use your heal LB3 yet. Wait for my call. This is going to be a hide. Front, front, back, back of the boss. Pay attention to the way he's facing. Front, front, back, back. Good work. Move behind the boss. Move behind the clone, I mean. Move behind the clone. Break these chains, and then healer LB3 in the center, please. Break the chains first, then healer LB3 in the center. There's going to be a regular raid wide, nothing spooky. And let's take her home. It gets a little spooky after this. Just burn it down. Commit to the damage. Good work. Who needs markers? Alright, no one move. Let's make sure everyone's alive. Only the duelist should be going up ahead and percepting all the traps for us. I don't see anyone on the ground. Super good work, guys. No need for rises.
Those front, back, back callouts are so much better, dude.
Dude, you want to know the real reason I do no markers? Is because every single time somebody tries to call out, like, the pattern, I'm doing relative in my head anyways, and I can't see the stupid, like, hitbox of the boss and the arrows sometimes.
Markers is a lot harder than the relative that you're doing, dude. Oh.
It is preference. I'm gonna pull like this last
laggy.
one.
Man. I'm glad I got the
All right.
Was that it?
Yep.
Alright.
All traps have been found. No worries. Anla, you good? Oh man.
I'm sorry, what was that? I'm having ear issues. From a stream? Hello. Alright. There you go. I got my spell, I got my perception. Okay, it's after the pad. I don't know if I'm good enough, so I think I'm gonna just go. Hey. Hold on, there's people in my party talking about something. I'm gonna go. As soon as I... Oh, God, that's close. So is it just one before the? Gotcha. Okay. Should I just go ahead and go? I do. That's where to. Wait. All right. Okay. Okay. Got it. Got it. Oh. Got it. Yep. I'm running into third and then, out. Okay. Alright, got it. Make sure I'm in there. Oh, no. Free raise, please. Saved. I need to put. Okay. Got it. Oh. Oh. Okay. It's gonna be the last one, right? I'll grab it now. At the very end, right? Oh, now? Got it. Oh, I see. That's spicy. What? So now? Oh shit. Yeah, it's left. I don't think I'll see it though. Got it. Oh, fuck that, dude. Thank you. Thank you so much. No, you did wonderful, my man. Thank you so much. I'm so glad I got to. I wanted to do that before Endwalker so bad. Oh, okay. I'm gonna be very, very fucking careful. Oh, over there. So they should be good. Yeah, those ones over there. Got it. So you said not to pick up the line yet? You want as much. Alright. I saw the gauge reset, so I think you did. Oh, give me that. Right. I'm being the safest perceptor right now. You have no idea. There it is. Round. I'm free. Free. Thank you so much. Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay.
I need two people on the 1 marker, and I need 2 people on the 2 marker. I just need 1 more tank to volunteer. Cool, cool, cool. Okay. Here's how this is going to work. Right. So what do these markers mean? The focused 1, 2 that are on me and Belumort are going to be the main tanks. So throughout the majority of the fight, we're going to be dealing with the 2 bosses that are out on the field at any given point in time. I will be handling the westmost ads. Belumort will be handling the eastmost ads. Warrior is going to be tanked at the east wall, so Belumort will pull him there. Once the gunner shows up, since that's the east ad, we're actually going to pull that one into the middle. Belumort already knows what's up, so I'm not even going to go into that. You'll see when we get there. If you are the ignore 1 or 2, the red marker, the red cross through marker up in the north, you are going to be the northern Aurasphere tanks. If you have a 1 on your marker, you're going to be the first Aurasphere tank. If you have a 2 on your marker, you're going to be the second. Same thing with the south roast beef, you're going to be the first Aurasphere, and then Mahia? I'm sorry, man. You're going to be second Aurasphere. All that means is if you don't know Maya. Okay, so I was right the first time. Cool. If you haven't done Aurasphere tanking before, it's really simple. There's going to be a wave of reflect orbs, and you're going to have a Aurasphere in the north and the south of the field. I'm actually going to put up a map in Raid text chat right now to kind of give you a basic layout of what it's going to look like. The little tiny red dots that are, the orange dots, I should say, that aren't labeled are going to be the Auraspheres, and all the black circles that have a label on it, like B1, B2, whatever, those are going to be reflect orbs. Just make sure you turn on your stance if it's your time to tank it. Provoke, do whatever. Make sure that you are top and aggro, so that when it dies, it's going to hit you for the spite check. What it'll look like is an orange arrow above your head, and you're just going to pop your invulnerability to completely negate that mechanic. Bellamort and I will actually be the turret tanks as well. This just means that we're going to work on the west turret ad to kill first, and then we're going to kill the east turret ad second. That way Bellamort has enough time to establish aggro and also make sure that the sniper shot snapshots on him. Sniper shot is going to be the tank buster that we're going to be invulning. Right. Are there any tanks that don't know what they're doing here? Cool. I'm gonna take that as everyone knows what's up. Right. Can I please get Reflex called in chat? And then I just need 3 people to call Dispel. Alpha Reflect, Foxtrot Reflect. Since we don't have a Delta, I will need an extra healer to jump in and do a cover for Delta. Charlie Reflect. We'd also have a Dispel as well. Echo Reflect. Need 2 more Reflects. I think I need a Bravo and a Delta Reflect. Cool. We have a Delta Reflect. Do we have anyone on Bravo that can reflect? We should have at least 1 healer in that alliance. If it's your first time, it's a-okay. I promise it's very easy. It might look scary, but it's very simple. We can even practice it if you want to. Like the movement and everything. Anyone with light curtains that are willing to help out and reflect for Bravo? Yeah, if someone wants to actually like cover for Bravo reflect, they can do that with light curtains. Okay, I'll let. Funny that Deve was the one that was supposed to be the free for all. So, whoever's gonna cover Bravo, please don't right click or attack these bosses. The first orb is gonna be right where I'm jumping up here on the 1 marker, right? You're just gonna reflect this one first. Second reflect orb should be somewhere like right about here, give or take. Right. I saw a couple people, like quite a few people, jump out for Bravo reflect. Please, like, I would rather have 2 people or 3 people doing it rather than having people go, "Oh, that guy's gonna handle it," and then people get confused and step out of it, you know. So. Oh, so Lexington. Okay, so Lexington has Bravo. Okay, so we have all the reflects covered. Is there anyone that is brand new to reflecting, like they have no idea what's going on? I'm going to take that as a no that everyone has done reflect. Okay, cool. So we're going to move on. We have our dispels. Right, we had... I see 1, 2... I saw 2 dispels. That should be fine. Right. Everything else in this fight should be handled, or should be manageable with callouts. I will say that the Mustadio mechanic does show up in here. So if you've been working on your relic, you should have had to have done Orb on Monastery. If you don't know what the Mustadio mechanic is referring to, it's that mechanic with the sniper guy where you have to show the hole on that little crescent moon that you have around your character. So just show your hole to the gunner in the middle first, and then you need to show your hole to a turret on the wall. So, right, you should have seen the mechanic at least once or twice. The only thing I can tell you is that the empty space, the thing that doesn't have that yellow bar, needs to be pointed to the source of damage. So the source of damage is going to come from the gunner in the center first, and then it'll be a turret along the wall. Please pay attention to how the turrets are oriented, because not all of them, like, the source isn't always going to come from one side or the other, east or west, right? The best tip I can give you is make sure you stand directly in the line of fire of, like, one of the turrets that has an arrow in front of it, and make sure that that arrow is pointing directly into your gap. So there is actually a little bit of overlap. Try to make sure that you're in the center, like I was mentioning. Try to make sure that that arrow is dead on, like, hitting you, and you're pointing your gap to it. Otherwise, you might have some overlap, and that can suck pretty quick and pretty bad. Right, that'll do it. For this one, let's just get hard ready checks from all alliances, please. Cool, cool, cool. Alpha's ready. Bravo is ready. Foxtrot is ready. I'm hearing Spellforges go out already, I believe. We're gonna wait for the countdown to apply Spellforge and Steel Sting. That way, you don't waste. We have enough time to last the whole phase from the countdown, from the 30-second countdown. And if there has to be an adjustment made, then we only do it once, or we can do it in the fight if we have to. Charlie is ready, or Chuck is ready, I should say, and we're waiting on Echo. This is actually a legit boss encounter, so we will be using lost actions for this. We will be using food, pots, all that good stuff. Whenever I get a confirmation from Echo that they are ready, we'll be good to go. So that mention of Spellforge Steel Sting means that if you don't have Spellforge or Steel Sting slotted and you were tasked with doing it, make sure that is slotted now. If you're doing Reflect, you can slot Reflect over your Spellforge and Steel Sting once the Knight and the Soldier are dead. And I will call for that I will call for that just in case. Echo is ready. Okay, everyone's ready to go. We have a living duelist. That means that they have the possibility of ripping aggro off of us. So I want all tanks to make sure that their stances are on. When I say all tanks, turn your stance off, everyone is going to turn their stance off with the exception of Bellamort and I, right? So all tanks turn your stances on now, fight for aggro, pop your lost actions, do as much as you can. I'm not going to tell you to do your Tomahawk, whatever, because that's weenie damage. Just go for it. Just like rip into it. Do as much AoE damage as you can. That'll be better. Spell is going to go on physical classes, by the way, and Steel Sting is going to go on magical classes. Yeah, don't target the bosses, don't right-click, we don't need an early start. Right, I'm going to assume that we're all ready. I'm going to give us the 30-second countdown. Do your Spellforge and your Steel Sting here, please. Also, thank you for the follow, Necrolancy. Appreciate that. Alright, everything you've got. AoE them hard. Pull them nice and tight together. Nice and tight. Just grab them all. Healers, keep an eye on your tanks. This is a raid wide going out. Make sure that you're mitigating for this. We might see a second one just in case. Be aware. Second AoEs are casting. No worries. Tanks, turn your stances off now. Better to be safe. Bellamort, pull yours to the wall. I'll pull mine to the center in just a moment here. Right. We're going to see what we've got. All right, Spellforge. Make sure Spellforge is equipped. We want to be doing magic damage. First mechanic is going to be bombs with sword or shield from the Knight. If you get a tether, pay attention, because you can get tethered or the bombs can get tethered or both can happen. Be very aware. Sword, our safe bombs are going to be at the wall. If you're tethered, you're going to a small bomb. If you are not tethered, you're going to big. Tethers to small, no tethers to big. Go put your back to the wall, please. Put your back to the wall. Safe bombs are at the edge of the field. Edge of the field. If you fall first, if you were tethered, move to where a bomb exploded now. Do not let a bomb fall on your head. Cool, cool, cool. Warriors is going to be boosting soon. Please dispel whatever buff it gets. Warrior is boosted. Please dispel that. Raid wide is going out. Heal up, heal up, heal up. Next mechanic is going to be very simple. If you get a tether, you're going to the green AoE. If you don't get a tether, you're going to the purple gravity AoE. Alright? We're going to meet back in the center, whether the knight does sword or shield, and then we're going to get either in or out of the hitbox, depending. Tethers to green, no tethers to purple. Tethers to green, no tethers to purple. Respect the mechanic, go now. This is sword. Converge on the knight in the middle. We're going to get out. Go towards Charlie, towards Charlie, towards Charlie. Get back to your bosses. Warrior is boosted. Please dispel that warrior, please. There's a raid wide going out now. Please be aware. Tanks should be taking a tank buster very shortly. Main threat is going to take some damage. Healers, be aware. Right, warrior is just a little bit higher. Let's try to keep them as even as we can. We're still in Spellforge. No action needed. Make sure you have that purple Spellforge buff. Just double check. Okay, same thing as before. It's going to be bombs and tethers, and it'll be either sword or shield mechanic. Shield Omen, we're going to get knocked away from the orb in the center to our knight. Just kill the knight, actually. Just kill the knight. Cool, 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 cool. All right. I'm going to move the soldier to the wall first. Hold the gunner. Right. Soldier is in position. You can move the gunner. Healers. You no longer need Spellforge or Steel Stink. You can slot over with Reflect now if you choose to. That's not how you weave things, Vince. All right. Fire orbs. These will turn into frogs and they will bounce. We want to be in between the two small orbs. I will call out the safe spot. Big ones will move first, then the small ones will move. We want to be in between the small ones. It looks like 3. Towards 3 is going to be the safe spot. Do not move until your Mustadi mechanic happens. Point to the center, point to the center, point to the center. Now to a turret on the wall. Nice. Back to your bosses. Tank busters on main threat. Make sure you are paying attention to your main tanks. Upcoming mechanic is going to be gunner turrets. We have some time until that happens. Bellamort, just make sure you provoke yours. Everyone, make sure we're dealing damage to the west turret first. Okay, gun turrets are going to be soon. Here's the cast. Tanks, provoke your turrets. Focus the west turret first, please. Once sniper shot reaches 70% cast, invuln it. Invuln that cast. Raid wide is going out. Be aware that there's going to be some raid wide damage. Cool, cool, cool. Heal up now. We're going to get either motion or stillness. This is going to be Pyretic or Blizzard. Pyretic. Sheathe your weapons. Don't do anything. No auto attacks. No moving your camera. Nothing on your keyboard. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Hold. There you go. You can attack again. Right, bosses are pretty even. Just try to keep them even as we go down. We're going into double jumpy boys. Untethered soldiers are going to be safe. Looks like that's going to be the east and west soldiers. They're going to jump twice.
Damage on gunner.
More damage on gunner. Halt. I know that the one on Delta is safe. I know that Delta is safe. Point to the center. Point to the center. Now to a turret on the wall. Turret on the wall. Cool, cool, cool. Kill gunner first, then soldier. Kill the gunner first, then the soldier. This is just raid wide, nothing to worry about. Cool. Aurasphere tanks and reflex. Get ready for your positions. Aurasphere tanks, do that first. Alpha Bravo Charlie is going to go north. Echo Foxtrot is going to go south. Kill your Aura Spheres first. Reflectors in position. Pop your Reflect. Do your thing. Invuln the Aura Spheres. Work on the shields. We're going to have one more set of Aura Spheres and Reflects to do after this. Be aware. It'll be after the Coat of Arms. Coat of Arms, disengage. Do not get parry, disengage. You're cleared to re-engage. Aura Sphere tanks, get ready. Second Aura Sphere tanks, get ready to provoke. Your Aura Spheres, Reflects, get in position now. Reflects in position. Kill Aura Spheres. Cool. Invuln those Aura Sphere tank busters and just finish off the shields. Good work, guys. Do your caster or your heal LB3s now in the center. This is your last chance to get them before we kill this ward. Last chance for healer LB3 to pick up any dead. No reason to hold, just kill the bubble. Nice. We have 2 chests, courtesy of Avis. Make sure to give our duelist a good clap, a good congratulate, whatever it is, whatever emote it is. I think it's congratulate. There's plenty of them. All right. I'm feeling the 1 marker today, actually. So everyone make sure you hug the wall once you get to Phantom. We're going to walk up the left side wall, up to the 1 marker. There's not going to be any real need to explain Phantom. I mean, we're just gonna go to 1 to A to B to whatever, right? Still have 1 death? Oh, my bad. I didn't see him. Okay, cool. That is my bad. I'm sorry about that. I am going to be pulling the Phantom over to the 1 marker, so I would appreciate it, or I would recommend highly that we stand on the 1 marker, even if we get the gamble wrong and we have to make a mad dash for the 4 marker. I'm not going to do any stutter stepping or anything like that. I'm just going to do a mad rush to try and pull it as close to the 4 marker as possible if we get this wrong. That's all. Are we waiting on anyone else? Everyone's here? Okay, cool. We're going to be reslotting and refreshing our actions right before TA. If you still have any Font of Power Honored Sack left over, this is the time to use it. All that jazz. I'm going to give us 30 on the board. Since we had a lot of tank stuff going on last run, just make sure your stance is off. I'm going to be main tanking this. No worries. Alright, just burn this guy down. First thing he's going to do is a raid wide, nothing spooky. Just heal up afterwards. Alright, let's see if our gamble worked out. Nope. It was 4. Everyone run to 4. Mad dash to 4. I got it close enough. Don't touch the death wall, please. We're gonna move to C in just a moment. Move to C. We're gonna chill here for a bit. We're gonna see that big purple AoE hit the delta marker 3 times, and once those 3 flashes happen, we'll move in after it's finished. One, 2, and 3. Over to Delta. We're going to wait for 3 flashes on Charlie and then return to Charlie. 1, that's 2, that's 3. Move back to Charlie. We're going to see add phase, no worries. Very simple. Boss is going to go undamageable, untargetable. And we're just going to kill ghosts. Red ghosts need to be killed with normal damage. The Misty Wraiths need to be healed to death. Cool. Interrupt this cast, please. And just burn him down. Cool. No problem. Make sure to not run ahead. I'm going to face tank these traps, and then I'm going to percept the downstairs. Okay, hallway and room are safe. Once you leave the, you move to the next instance, I should say. Please gain control of your camera, manually look and turn it into the hallway, and move your character. No auto running, no none of that. We do not want to.
Sorry, never mind. You gotta take care of it.
Oh, okay, cool. I thought I. Okay, yeah. Well, we're not leaving. It's not like we can't return back to them, so we're not in any danger. Normally, it's like if anything happens at Dahu and we don't catch it, and all the healers jump, that's the big problem. Right. Please do not touch those pink traps. We will absolutely need them to progress and to finish the raid. If we don't have any pink traps, essentially our run ends with our run ends with TA. So cool. Welcome to TA. In my opinion, I think TA is the hardest fight in this dungeon. So once we trash this lady, it's gonna be smooth sailing from that point on. Let me throw my mimic on my bar. For this fight, this is where tanks are going to want to slot their Aether Shields. Nothing is going to be required from really anything from anyone else. We just need Aether Shields to protect against the Glory of Baja cast. It is a pretty heavy, it's a pretty heavy raid wide that applies a bleed. So if you're a solo healer, just be aware that you're probably going to be healing for quite a bit after that goes out. Depending on your sucker stacks, all that jazz, whatever. Just be aware that the bleed hits hard. If you do have your pseudo tank like you should, Stone Skin 2 should be used to help mitigate the amount of healing needed. Otherwise, yeah, just make sure the Aether Shield gets used for every Glory of Baja cast. If I say an AoE is coming out by accident and I don't say Aether Shield Stone Skin or Aether Shield Heavy Mitt, whatever I normally say, just assume that if you see Gloria Baja and I haven't told you to do it, just fire off an Aether Shield, be safe. Better to be safe than sorry. That was not the right mimic. Whoops. Oh well. Right. So, Trinity Avowed. The whole point with this fight is just going to be temperatures. So if you remember the normal mode, it works exactly like that. The second half of the fight, she's going to introduce a new temperature mechanic, and it's going to be in the form of a debuff on your debuff bar, just like your normal temperature mechanic. Now, if it's your first time here, I don't expect you to go through this without dying. That's a very, very tall order for me to ask of you. Instead, I'm going to do my best to explain the difference between both of these temperatures, and I'm going to try to teach you how to solve it the best way possible. Right, so if you take a look in Raid text chat, I put a diagram. If the chart makes sense to you, that's cool. I'm actually not posting this for the chart. I'm posting this to show you the difference between the two debuffs. They look very similar, but they're different. The one on the left-hand side of the image, right? It looks like a person, like a head and shoulders with an arrow above their head, or pointing up or down. That is going to be the debuff that modifies the actual temperature gauge above your head. So this is your personal temperature, right? So you're only going to see this one for the first two mechanics, and that's going to be that, right? Once we get to what I like to call complicated sword or bow or whatever, you're going to see the other one as well as your overhead debuff. The way you can tell them apart, the easiest way to tell them apart, is one will have a debuff countdown timer. The other one is just going to be your temperature that is always going to be above your head, right? So the one that doesn't have a temperature, the one that doesn't have a timer is going to be the temperature above your head. The one that does have a timer is going to apply whatever temperature it says it's going to apply to you after all the mechanics are done, right? Now, if that sounds complicated, I promise it's actually really not that complicated. Here's the way to look at it. The debuff along the top side of this chart is going to be your elemental brand, right? This is the one that has the timer on it. It looks like a thermometer. It doesn't look like a person, right? Look at that brand, and then look at whatever overhead temperature you have, and try to make sure that your overhead temperature is the exact opposite of your elemental brand. So if your elemental brand is a +2 fire, by the end of the mechanic, make sure you get hit by the proper mechanics to make yourself +2 ice. That way, when the brand times out and gives you the +2 fire, you already have +2 ice, you'll go to neutral, and the mechanic is over with. Does that make sense to everyone so far? Feel free to speak out if it makes absolutely no sense. Say something in shout chat or yell chat or anything. Because if you don't understand how the temperatures work, then it's going to be a bad time. So, that's how that works. Bow mechanic is going to look exactly the same as normal mode. You're going to see the ladder game. That's going to be pretty much identical. Not a whole lot different there. There will be some stuff to do before and after the ladder game, but that's all going to be handled with calls. It's all super easy. Just take a breath. It'll be simple. Same thing with fallen rocks, with meteors. There's going to be a little bit different stuff happening, but it's going to be relatively the same. Find the meteor you need to get hit by, get to your meteor however the mechanic has you do it, and then make sure you get your temperature to neutral. The first 3 mechanics are going to be get your temperature to neutral. The last 3 mechanics are going to be make sure you're opposite of your elemental brand, and I'll be doing my best to make sure that I'm clarifying what's going on. The one mechanic that I really want to touch on is swords, because swords is going to look very different, and at first it's going to look really scary, but I promise it's very, very easy. It's very simple. So I'm going to put some markers to help describe what's going on. So right, if I say the one marker is safe, or the one tile is safe, right? What that should mean to you is that the one tile is not going to get hit by anything, right? 4 clones are going to show up around the field. They're all going to pick one side to cleave, and the whole field is going to look orange, right? But there's going to be one tile that isn't going to get hit. I will call that tile, right? From that point on, it's up to you to get hit by the clone that has the temperature you need to adjust your temperature to survive the mechanic, right? So if you have 1 fire, you need to get hit by a 1 ice cleave. Now, again, it's gonna look spooky, but it's really simple. you're just going to step off of the 1 marker, 1 tile, in a cardinal direction to get hit by the cleave that you need. So you're going to go to the 1 tile, you're going to look around, you're going to look for the temperature above one of the clones, right? Because that's the sword cleave that's going to have your temperature you want to get hit by. And then you're going to move 1 tile off of the safe tile to get hit, right? The safe tiles, or sorry, the temperature tiles you want to stand on. Let me clarify, because the safe tile is going to be the one that doesn't get hit. The temperature tiles that you want to get hit by are going to surround the safe tile, only in the north, south, east, or west direction of it. So I only ever want you moving up, down, left, or right, off of the safe tile into your cleave. If you move, for example, I'll put down the 2 marker, right? The 2 marker is diagonal of the 1 marker. If you are diagonal of the safe tile, you will die. You cannot take 2 cleaves at once. Right? Only go up, down, left, or right. Don't go diagonal. Okay? The way the markers are going to look in the fight, these are the markers. Right here. Right? So you'll notice the number markers are just up, offset in the north there. So I'll only ever say 1, 2, 3, or 4 are safe. Right? So for as an example, if I say 4 is safe, that means the 1 marker, the D marker, the 3 marker, and then the marker south, or sorry, the tile directly south of 4 is going to be the tiles you want to stand on to adjust your temperature properly. If you see where the 2 marker is again, right? It's diagonal of the 4 marker. If I say 4 is safe and you're standing on 2, or any diagonal dark tile, right? You're gonna die. It's just gonna zero you out. No temperature, no nothing, you're just gonna be dead. I'll leave it at that. So swords is explained. Ladder game is going to look exactly the same. I'll put the ladder game graphic in raid text chat, since I know that a lot of people really like. A lot of people like it. I don't particularly use it. Oh, I should probably mention 2 more things. In the ladder game, it's not going to trace out the trajectory of the arrows. You have to do that yourself. And if you do decide to trace it out yourself, you're going to follow down the column that it starts on, and it will take every turn it possibly can. So follow the line and take every turn until you get to the bottom. Right? And that will be the tile you want to stand on. Last thing, Force March exists in this raid. If you don't know what Force March is, it's just like Mind Jack. If you have no idea what Mind Jack is, it's a very simple mechanic. It takes over control of your character for however long it says it's going to, right? Or it'll count down and then it will force move your character. The movement will be 2 tiles exactly, right? So if I'm standing right here, right, this triangle marker above my head, and if I'm facing north, and I get a right Mind Jack or a right Force March, the debuff will show like a red debuff icon with a white arrow pointing to the right. That means my character is going to turn to his right and then walk 2 tiles. So if I'm facing north, I will face to my right, and then I will walk 2 tiles. It'll force me 2 tiles the direction I'm facing. Don't sprint during this fight. There is only 1 point in time I will tell you to sprint. If you sprint while Force March happens, you will move 3 tiles instead, and that can kill you. Right. That should be everything. Let's make sure that everyone is ready to go. So Aether Shields have been slotted. I've noticed that people have been handing out Shell 2. Make sure that you have at least 10 minutes on your Shell 2 buff. If you do, stand in front of the purple line. If you don't have Shell 2 or a Shell 2 buff that is more than 10 minutes, stand behind the purple line so you can get it.
Can I ask a quick question?
Absolutely.
How can you tell if left, right, or the left, right higher, the right side higher? I don't know how to do that. Like, I understand what I need to look out for and how to move, but how do you determine left side higher, right side higher?
So
Like,
if you look at look in raid text chat, that image I just posted. Now, look on the left-hand side. Look at the first column on the left, and then look at where the first turn is. You see where that first rung on the ladder is? Now look on the other image and tell me where that rung on the ladder is on the far left column.
I see.
You know, it's
Okay.
further down. That's what it's talking about, right?
I see.
So
Okay.
if the rung is higher on the left side but not the right, it's a left side higher. If it's higher on the right side, not the left, it's a left. Sorry, it's a right side higher.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. Do we still have people that need shell? All these people look like they have shell.
You said.
Let's use some ready checks. Oh, go for it.
Were you gonna be calling left side, right side higher, or no?
I normally don't. I normally trace it out.
Okay.
I will allow either roast beef or Anla if they want to call it out. They can have their mics unmuted and they can call it out for me. But I normally trace it out. It's just more reliable to do so. You
Okay.
know.
I will call if it's left or right higher.
Who was that?
Alright, thank you.
It is roast beef.
Okay. So roast beef will call it out. I don't want anyone else making calls or anything else during the raid. It should just be me talking and roast beef during ladders. So let's go ahead and do those ready checks. I noticed that Foxtrot is already ready. Charlie is ready. Oh, Alpha is ready as well. Just waiting on Bravo and Echo. Echo ready. No worries. So once Bravo's ready, we'll be good to go. We will be using food for this. We will be using our lost actions. She's honestly, like, she is the hardest boss in this dungeon, but she really is honestly simple once you figure out how the temperature mechanic works. And then everything kind of feels super simple from that point on. So just take a breath. If you fall down during the fight and you don't get back up, just try your best to take a look at the mechanics and try to figure out and see what's going on. If you go down your re-raise or procs, do your best to pop another one as fast as you can and get back in the fight. It can be a little unforgiving at times. Very important. Healer LB3s will be called at a very specific time for this fight, because if healer LB3s go off during mechanics, you will kill your party that you just rezzed. So please, please, please wait for the healer LB3 call in this fight. Yeah. Oh, so just like what happened earlier, I don't mind if you stay, like, only healer down in whatever alliance. That's a-okay. I would prefer that you say that and then immediately have them mark themselves. Make sure that they are marked when you're calling that, or, like, before you say that, preferably. So it's very easy to scan the field and then just look to see what's happening. If tanks have sacrifice, that's what we bring sacrifice for. If you're unaware, tanks' indomitability essences actually give you a chance to ignore the doom that falls on you from sacrifice. So it is way more beneficial to get your own healer up, since they will be the one picking you up for their LB3. Right? That's in the case that doom still happens and all that good stuff. Well, while Bravo's doing their BRB, I'm actually going to do a bio break real quick. So I'll be right back. I recommend that while I'm doing this, anyone else that has to do it, go ahead and do it now, and we'll do another ready check when I come back. Is he doing drugs in the corner over here? Oh, you want to know why your camera's doing that? It's because your camera's centered on your character, and your character's doing a jitter because the wall isn't perfectly angled there. It isn't a perfect 90-degree angle. That means they cut corners. Oh no, a sloppy job. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. Let's get another wave of ready checks just to be sure. Better to be safe than sorry. Charlie is ready. Chuck is ready, I should say. I should just call it Chuck. I should just learn to call Charlie Chuck. They both have the same starting syllable. Yeah, make sure Shell 2 is on you, and make sure it's more than 10 minutes. Well, if Chuck's in the raid and I say Charlie, he'll understand because he's my bro. But I really should start calling it Chuck. I'll try. I'll practice. From this point on, it's Charlie no longer. It's Chuck. I almost said Charlie again. I'm boosted. Okay, Alpha is ready. Alpha ready. Still have one BRB. Bravo. Echo is ready. Chuck is ready. Foxtrot ready.
I thought I seen the BRB say, "I'm sorry, I'm back."
No, she's not now.
Oh no. Oh no. We may be out a healer if
There looks they're jumping.
Okay. So, I was just messaged. They had something that they had to deal with. So their HUD layout, they have HUD layout up, and they're probably going to sit this fight out. That's okay with me. Seeing that this fight takes 10 minutes, maybe they'll be back by the time the run, this fight is over. We'll handle the healer situation for Peebus if it gets too late for them. Because they just mentioned that they might actually have to bounce by the time we get to Minnow or after Minnow. So, right. Everyone else is ready with the exception of the one player. So let's have everyone who is ready stand in front. Confirmation that Twin Shadow was the one that's HUD layout, doing HUD layout, correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay, cool. All right, let's not waste any more time. Make sure you still have your food buff up. If it's not up, throw it on up. And pots, lost actions, all that good stuff. I'm going to give us the countdown right here, right now. Make sure your stances are off. I should be the only one with the stance on. Just listen to the call-outs, take a deep breath. Promise she's not really as hard as she might seem. it might be confusing at first, but just try to do your best to figure out what's going on if you're new. Everyone else, bring the hurt. We want to kill her ASAP. Right, first things first is going to be a stacked tank buster. If I can get some partner tanks up front to help me mitigate this. Pop cooldown, please. Cool. Next is going to be a raid wide, Aether Shield, and heavy mitigation for this. Aether Shield, heavy mitigation, please. Alright, we're going into Arsenal. Get in front of the boss, please. In front of the boss. Stand in front of the boss. Cool. You can pre-position behind the boss. This is going to be out of her hitbox. This is going to be a circle AoE underneath her. Get out, get out, get out, get out now. Cool, cool, cool. And then stay behind her. This will be bow next. Our pattern will be bow, sword, and then staff. Bow will happen first. Alright, get behind the boss. Tanks can pre-position in front. We're going to take another stack buster very soon. Quick march. This is going to be your force march. Look at the direction the arrow is pointing. That is the direction your character will turn and then move. You will get a temperature very soon. Everyone group up on 3. Or sorry, no, this is bow, this is bow, this is bow. Get ready to point your away from the fire. Point to delta. Point your arrow to delta. If you have members die in the fire and they proc, please rescue them. Alright, ladder game. Your temperature is out. Get hit by the appropriate arrow. This is just like normal mode.
Right side higher.
Respect this mechanic, just move to your tile. Cool. Aether Shields, heavy mitigation, please. Aether Shields, heavy mitigation. Oh shit, in front of her. I got the order wrong. Stand in front of her, stand in front of her, stand in front of her. My apologies. This is going to be a full downtime mechanic. Do not pop your lost actions. Do not pop your burst abilities. Save it for after this mechanic. She will go untargetable and she will not be damageable. Hold your burst. Look at your temperature. I will call this safe tile. First safe tile is 4. Remember, go to the 4 tile, move 1 square north, south, east, or west of 4 into the cleave that you need. There's going to be 1 more cleave. The next spot is 1. Safe spot is 1. If you still need to get hit, remember, find the temperature you need to get cleaved by. Only north, south, east, or west. Right, no worries. Aether Shields, heavy mitigation. Aether Shields, heavy mitigation. Now. Alright. This is going to be get out of her hitbox. This is going to be staff phase. Everyone out by the time she's finished spinning. Out, 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 out.
Oh no.
Everyone on the 3 marker. No worries. Comms cleared.
That's
Everyone
spaghetti.
on the 3 marker. Take a look at your temperature. You're going to get a quick march. You need to force march to the boulder that you need.
Oh, that is weird.
Comms clear, please. Point your arrow to the boulder you need as soon as it shows up. Temperatures are out. Point your force march. Point them now. Cool, cool, cool. Return to the center. Aether Shields, heavy mitigation. Aether Shields, heavy mitigation, please. Try to mitt this hard. We need some big healing. Right. She's gonna go into bow phase. She will reposition on her own, south of the boss. South of the boss. After this cleave, pre-position east and west of the boss. There you go. East or west tile, doesn't matter, pick one. We're gonna dodge clone dives and then run to the safe side. East and west tiles of the boss, the dark tiles are safe. Wait for the AoEs, and then we're gonna run to Delta. Run to Delta. Run to Delta. Everyone sprint. Okay, this is gonna be a really stinky mechanic. You're gonna get a temperature here. Here comes your elemental brand, all right? Pay attention to your brand. Make sure you have the opposite temperature of your brand by the time this mechanic is over. This is a force march. You need to force march to the tile that's gonna get hit with the arrow you need. Force march to the correct tile.
Left higher.
Just adjust your positioning now. Adjust your positioning now. Oh no. Alright, no worries. Aether Shields, Heavy Mitigation. Aether Shields, Heavy Mitigation. Peebus, this is gonna hurt. Cool, 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 cool. Alright, tanks at the wall with me. Tanks at the wall with me. Tanks at the wall, pop a cooldown. No worries. Alright. I'm just gonna point her towards the party. This is okay. This is gonna be sword phase next. Stand in front of the boss. No worries. Just keep hitting her. There will be a downtime mechanic soon. If you have your burst, do it now. Alright, this is your cutoff for your burst. Don't do any burst if you haven't done so already. Your temperature is out. Here comes your brand. You may need to get hit twice by this mechanic. That's A-okay. Take it one step at a time. First safe tile is 3. 3 is going to be your safe tile. Move north, south, east, or west of the 3 tile to get hit. Next safe tile is 4. Stand on 4. Otherwise, if you need to get hit, you know what to do. Right. We're gonna wait for the Gloria Baja cast. Halfway through it, you can healer LB3. Stand in the center. Aether Shield, Heavy Mitigation, healer LB3. Aether Shield, Heavy Mitigation, healer LB3 now. If you haven't done it, don't do it. Too late to do healer LB. Everyone out of the hitbox when she finishes spinning. Out, 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 out. Right, whatever you've got, lost action, just crank the damage up on her. We're gonna manually walk ourselves to our boulders, and there will be clone dashes. So we're gonna go to the boulders and stand on the tile that isn't going to get dashed by soldiers, or by clones. Alright, look for your boulder that you need to get hit by. Move to your boulder. Safe tiles are gonna be east-west dark tiles. Good, 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 good. She's gonna come back to the center. Burn her. Do whatever you can to do damage. Aether Shield, Heavy Mitigation now. This is the last hurrah. Try to get her as low as possible. Alright, no worries. Good run, people. We saw the whole fight. If that was your first time, you can update your prog level to 5, which is Trinity Avowed. And depending on what it looks like.
Is he really
tomorrow,
not
I'm
botting for
probably-
anybody else?
I don't think so.
See,
I mean, I'm not.
You're the only person that I'm having this problem with. It's kind of strange.
That is a little strange. I don't know what it could be.
Yeah, like I'm not DCing at all. Everybody else is clear. It's just you. Maybe I don't know. It's some weird setting. I don't know.
It's whatever. I'll probably host a run tomorrow if there isn't a bunch already. I generally don't like taking slots from people. I kind of want to do. What slot do you have? Because I work tomorrow. 6 p.m. Oh, that would be. Oh, he's doing an all. He's doing a hostage alliance again. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Well, I mean, you can still host it, but I can call it if you want, because I just want to call it. Yeah, thanks for coming along though, guys. I do appreciate it when people decide to jump into my runs instead of other people's.
Yeah, thank you very much for hosting, dude.
Yeah, thank you very
Yeah,
much.
hopefully whatever botting problem doesn't continue, because that makes me feel bad when I'm the lifeline that is my voice isn't making it to people.
No, I think the only fight that I've been really fucking up is this one. Everything else is pretty good. Now that I know how the left side, right side higher, how to identify that, yeah, I still died, but that was because of the march. I think I'll be good next time.
Yeah. No, I feel it, dude. I definitely hit the wrong arrow for sure in one of those mechanics, and my re-raiser caught me. I'm actually not used to tanking and calling that fight at the same time. I need to get used to calling and tanking at the same time. That's what I gotta do. Maybe
No,
that's
your
what I'll
callouts
do
are good,
for
dude.
the run tomorrow.
Oh my god, it's Vash the Stampede.
Yeah, it's fucking Vash the Stampede, bro. That there's a humanoid typhoon. Yeah.
Yeah, your
Alright,
character
well,
does look like him though.
that's the point. Bounty goes up. Failed run.
What's it up to now?
Thank you for the run.
I'm gonna have to calculate it. I'm gonna have to calculate it.
Thanks again. I'll see you tomorrow.
Yep, no worries.
Have a good
Catch
night.
you guys later.
Yeah, again. Thank you, Caliber.
Yeah. Well, hey, at least I didn't kill you, right?
And I kill myself. Alright.